Alright, let's dive into what's been happening with the San Francisco 49ers. As they gear up for the new season, the team has been making moves early in training camp, and one of the biggest recent additions is the signing of defensive end Jaylen Allen. This guy has an interesting background, having played in the USFL with the Memphis Showboats before getting a shot in the NFL. What makes Allen stand out is his athleticism and his ability to win with that powerful bull rush. Coming out of Memphis, he showed solid production throughout his college career, not to mention a strong showing in the American Athletic Conference, where he earned second-team honors. Although he went undrafted in the 2024 NFL Draft, Allen caught the attention of the Denver Broncos and signed as an undrafted free agent. Unfortunately, an injury settlement cut that opportunity short, but now he's back in the mix with the 49ers. What's really impressive about Jaylen Allen is the combination of his quickness in tight spaces and the leverage he can get on offensive linemen, making him disruptive in the backfield. His broad jump and burst off the line give him the tools to put pressure on quarterbacks, and that's exactly what the Niners are looking for, especially after the injury scare to Taron Jackson during camp. Jackson's situation was a bit tense. A stretcher was needed, and he was taken to Stanford Hospital. Thankfully, he had feeling in all his limbs right away and was back at the facility the next day. But he's expected to miss some time. Jackson was drafted by the Eagles, and while he never really broke through as a regular season staple in the NFL, he showed promise with the 49ers this spring in early camp. Losing him temporarily meant the team needed to add depth, which explains why Allen got this opportunity. Allen's athletic profile is pretty unique for a defensive end. At 6'2" and 245 pounds, he's lighter than some of the bulkier guys the 49ers have been focusing on this offseason. The team has emphasized adding size and strength along the defensive line, but Allen's blend of athleticism and strength, including an impressive 26 reps on the bench press, brings a different kind of energy. His vertical jump is solid, but his broad jump clocking in at over 10 feet shows explosive power. Plus, his short area quickness is top-notch, allowing him to burst off the snap and create disruption quickly, which is crucial when you're trying to get past seasoned offensive linemen. In his time in the USFL, Allen made waves by consistently pressuring quarterbacks, not necessarily racking up sacks in huge numbers, but forcing plenty of hurried throws and bad decisions. That kind of presence is something the Niners crave, especially on a defensive line that thrives on aggression and relentless pursuit. There's even a viral clip from his Memphis days where he confidently talks about using his bull rush to get to the quarterback. That kind of swagger and mentality fits well with San Francisco's defensive culture, although his stint with the Broncos didn't pan out due to roster depth and competition on a very strong defense. This new chance could be exactly what he needs to prove himself at the NFL level. Moving on to another bright spot in training camp, the Niners' 2025 draft class has been showing early promise. The rookies, including several undrafted free agents, are seizing their chances and making big plays. Take Mike Williams, the first-round pick in 11th overall selection, for example. He's been turning heads with his physicality and versatility, showing he can not only rush the passer but also drop back into coverage. Coach Robert Saleh has been creative in deploying Williams in various roles, lining him up as a defensive end, defensive tackle, and even in coverage. His size, length, and power make him a formidable presence right out of the gate, and it's clear the foundation is there for him to develop into a top-tier NFL player. Williams has already impressed by holding his own against some of the best defensive tackles in the game, like Trent Williams, and making splash plays that show he's ready to contribute immediately. Saleh's confidence in Williams is evident. He's praised his hands, leverage, flexibility, and overall physical tools, saying that the young defender is going to be a hell of a player, and that every day he's proving he belongs on the field with the best. Watching Williams bulldoze through opponents, setting edges in the run game and dropping back in coverage, gives a glimpse of his high ceiling. The way Shanahan and Saleh use him creatively only adds to the intrigue around this promising rookie. Alongside Williams, other draft picks like C.J. West and Alfred Collins are also making noise. West, a fourth-round pick from Indiana, shows violent hands and a quick get-off that allow him to win on-and-on matchups, while Collins, the massive 6'5", 330-pounder out of Texas, moves with surprising agility and nimbleness. These young players bring fresh energy and skill to a defense looking to build on its strengths and fill some gaps left by injuries and roster turnover. Even some of the lesser-known rookies and undrafted players are standing out. Upton Stout, the third-round quarterback from Western Kentucky, might not have prototypical size, but he plays with a tenacity and swagger reminiscent of some of the best slot corners in the league. His speed, strength, and ability to break up passes in tight coverage are proving valuable during camp. Similarly, running backs like Jordan James and Corey Kerr are catching eyes with their contact, balanced scheme fit, and ability to gain yards after contact, a critical aspect for a team that has leaned heavily on a dynamic running game. These young players are carving out roles and adding depth, which will be crucial for the Niners. As the season progresses, Christian McCaffrey is another key figure grabbing attention in camp. After a frustrating season last year riddled with injuries, it looks like he is returning to form with explosive runs and sharp route running skills. Videos from camp show McCaffrey hitting the hole with speed and agility, making sharp cuts, and showing the same quickness that earned him Offensive Player of the Year honors back in 2020. His ability to stretch the field and make defenders miss will be vital to the offense, especially given how critical he is in Kyle Shanahan's scheme. The chemistry he's building in camp, highlighted by crisp routes and impressive catches, is encouraging news for the 49ers offense. The broader picture for San Francisco is one of a team retooling and refreshing after a tough Super Bowl loss and an aging roster. The front office and coaching staff have clearly made youth and versatility priorities in the drafts and roster moves. The infusion of talent along the defensive line, the promising performances of rookies in various positions, and the return of a healthy McCaffrey all point to a team that's hungry to make a statement this season. While it is early in camp, the energy and effort from these young players are giving the Niners faithful plenty to be excited about as they look ahead to the grind of the regular season and beyond. As training camp unfolds, the 49ers are not just focusing on individual performances, but also on building cohesion and resilience within the team. One of the biggest storylines revolves around how the coaching staff is integrating the influx of youth with the veterans still on the roster. San Francisco's culture has always been about grit and adaptability, and this camp is no exception. The veterans, many of whom have experienced the highs and lows of playoff runs and a Super Bowl appearance, have taken it upon themselves to mentor the younger players. This dynamic is creating a blend of experience and fresh energy that the coaches believe will be crucial over the grueling NFL season. Among the veterans, players like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are leading by example both on and off the field. Bosa, coming off a dominant season, continues to showcase his elite pass rushing skills and is pushing the younger defensive ends to elevate their game. He's known for his relentless motor and technique traits that are contagious in practice. Warner, on the other hand, is the emotional and intellectual heart of the defense. His ability to read offenses and communicate adjustments has made him invaluable in camp drills and scrimmages. Watching these to anchor the defense, it's clear that their leadership is fostering a competitive yet supportive atmosphere that pushes everyone to be better. One of the critical challenges the 49ers face this year is maintaining depth across the roster, especially with injuries already cropping up in camp. Beyond Taron Jackson's situation, the team has seen minor injuries among key players, which has put pressure on backups and newcomers to step up quickly. The coaching staff has been rotating players heavily during practice sessions to evaluate who could reliably fill roles when called upon. This approach has given undrafted free agents like Jaylen Allen and others a chance to shine, proving that the 49ers scouting department did a thorough job finding talent that fits the team's philosophy and scheme. The offensive side of the ball has also been a focal point of attention. The 49ers offense under Kyle Shanahan is known for its complexity and precision, relying heavily on timing, deception, and versatility. This year, with the evolving roster, the staff is emphasizing mastering the fundamentals while also encouraging players to be adaptable. Quarterback Brock Purdy, coming off a breakout playoff run, has been at the center of this offensive preparation. Purdy's leadership and calm demeanor have been essential in helping integrate new receivers and tight ends into the system. His quick decision-making and ability to extend plays with his legs have made him a perfect fit for Shanahan's creative play calling. The receiving corps, though somewhat reshaped from last season, is showing promising signs. The addition of some speedy wide receivers and reliable tight ends is adding dimension to the passing game. The team's offensive line has also been a major talking point, with coaches stressing the importance of protecting Purdy and creating running lanes for McCaffrey. The line's performance in camp has been inconsistent, with moments of dominance mixed with lapses that need addressing before the season opener. However, the competition for starting roles has been fierce, and that internal battle is pushing everyone to raise their level of play. Speaking of McCaffrey, his presence on the field is more than just about his rushing and receiving ability. He's become a leader in the locker room, setting the tone for work ethic and professionalism. After dealing with injuries over the past couple of seasons, his return to health has been a significant morale boost. McCaffrey's versatility allows Shanahan to employ a variety of offensive sets that keep defenses guessing. His ability to catch passes out of the backfield and make defenders miss in open space is a key weapon that the offense is building around. The chemistry he's developing with Purdy and the offensive line bodes well for a dynamic and unpredictable attack. Special teams have also received attention during camp as the 49ers understand how critical this phase can be in close games. The kicking game, punt coverage, and return units have seen healthy competition, with rookies and veterans alike battling for roles. Coaches are looking for players who not only perform well in practice, but also show mental toughness and consistency under pressure. The special teams coordinator has been emphasizing discipline and communication, ensuring that mistakes are minimized and that the team can flip field position advantage when opportunities arise. Beyond the field, the 49ers are also working to build chemistry off the field. Team bonding activities, film sessions, and strategy meetings have been part of the routine to help players connect and understand their roles more deeply. The coaching staff believes that a unified locker room translates directly to better performance on game day. Early reports suggest that the team's culture remains strong. With a collective commitment to excellence and resilience, players have expressed enthusiasm about the direction the franchise is heading and their individual opportunities to contribute meaningfully. Looking ahead, the schedule presents a mix of challenges and opportunities. The preseason games will be critical for evaluating depth and finalizing the roster. The 49ers face some tough opponents that will test both their offense and defense, providing a realistic gauge of how well the new pieces fit together. The coaching staff will be closely monitoring player health and performance, making adjustments to schemes and personnel as needed. There's a clear understanding that staying healthy and maintaining consistency will be keys to a successful season. Off the field, the 49ers front office has been active as well. The team has been exploring trades, free agent signings, and other roster moves to further bolster the squad before the regular season kickoff. The front office is known for its strategic approach to roster construction, balancing the need for star power with depth and versatility. Recent moves suggest that the team is still looking to add a veteran presence or two, particularly in the secondary and linebacker cores, to complement the youthful core and ensure leadership in critical moments. In terms of team identity, the 49ers continue to emphasize a strong defensive mindset combined with a creative, balanced offense. The defensive line's pressure up front is expected to be a cornerstone, supported by a versatile linebacker group and a secondary capable of shutting down top receivers. The offense will lean heavily on its run game, using McCaffrey's skill set and the offensive line's physicality to control the clock and set up play-action passes. Shanahan's system demands precision and patience, and the hope is that the blend of youth and experience will deliver that. Overall, the atmosphere around the 49ers as training camp progresses is one of cautious optimism. The team has a solid foundation, but still faces questions about depth, injuries, and consistency. The young players are hungry to prove themselves. Veterans are motivated to lead, and the coaching staff is focused on building a cohesive unit, ready to compete at the highest level. The excitement among fans and analysts alike reflects the potential of this group, but also the recognition that the NFL season is a long, tough journey that requires more than talent. It demands resilience, adaptability, and relentless effort. As the calendar inches closer to the season opener, all eyes will be on how the 49ers manage these challenges and seize their opportunities. The team's ability to integrate newcomers, maintain health, and execute the game plan will ultimately determine their success. Early glimpses suggest a promising year ahead, but the hard work and sacrifices required to reach the pinnacle remain in front of them. The journey is underway, and the San Francisco 49ers are determined to make it count. As the intensity of training camp builds, the 49ers find themselves navigating the delicate balance between pushing players to their limits and ensuring they remain fresh for the long season ahead. The coaching staff's approach is meticulous, blending rigorous practice sessions with sufficient recovery periods, understanding that the physical and mental demands of the NFL leave no room for complacency. Each day brings new challenges, from perfecting blocking schemes to refining coverage responsibilities, with every drill and scrimmage carrying the weight of preparation for real game situations. The young players, many of whom are experiencing their first NFL camp, are absorbing everything like sponges. The transition from college football to the professional level is steep, but the environment fostered by the 49ers veterans and coaches helps ease that adjustment. These rookies and second-year players often find themselves staying after practice to review film or work on specific skills, eager to earn their place on the roster. Their energy and willingness to learn inject a fresh spark into the team, pushing the veterans to maintain their high standards and adapt to the evolving game. Meanwhile, the veterans embrace their roles as leaders and teachers, understanding that their influence extends beyond physical performance. They focus on instilling discipline, work ethic, and a team-first mentality. In particular, the quarterback room serves as a hub for this mentorship. Brock Purdy, who showed poise and resilience during last season's unexpected playoff run, has stepped up as a calming presence, setting an example with his preparation and communication. His rapport with the coaching staff and teammates alike reinforces the culture of accountability and trust that San Francisco is building. Throughout camp, the offense and defense engage in intense battles during practice sessions. The clash between the defensive line and the offensive front is especially fierce as both groups strive to dominate their matchups. This daily competition is vital for sharpening skills and exposing weaknesses that can be addressed before the season opener. The coaches emphasize situational football, running drills that simulate critical moments, third downs, red zone stands, 2-minute drills to prepare the players mentally and physically for the pressure of real games. One of the more intriguing aspects of this camp is the experimentation with personnel packages and formations. Kyle Shanahan's offensive scheme is renowned for its creativity, and this year is no different. The coaches are testing various alignments to maximize the strengths of their versatile athletes. McCaffrey's ability to line up in multiple positions, combined with dynamic receivers and tight ends, allows the offense to keep defenses guessing. The playbook is expansive, requiring not only physical skill, but also mental acuity from every player on the field. On defense, coordinator DeMeco Ryans continues to build a unit based on speed, aggression, and discipline. The emphasis is on generating pressure without relying solely on blitzes, allowing the secondary to play tight coverage and create turnovers. This strategy demands precise execution and communication, and Ryans has been meticulous in breaking down film with his players, highlighting tendencies and opportunities. The linebackers in particular have been drilled on reading offenses and reacting quickly to both the run and pass, making them the linchpins of the defense. The special teams units also remain under close scrutiny. Coaches know that games can be won or lost in the hidden yardage battle, and they are determined to ensure every player understands their role and executes with precision. Kickoff coverage, punt returns, and field goal attempts are all areas of focus, with emphasis on discipline and minimizing errors. Young players who might not see regular offensive or defensive snaps are often the heroes in special teams, making this phase a critical opportunity to contribute and secure a spot on the final roster. Injuries, as is common in camp, continue to test the team's depth and resolve. The training and medical staffs work tirelessly to manage player health, employing cutting recovery techniques and constantly monitoring workload. The players themselves have shown a commitment to their physical conditioning, understanding that durability is a key factor in sustaining success over the long NFL season. The injury to Taron Jackson remains a significant setback, but the resilience of the roster is evident in how backups and new additions step up to fill the void.